What does harmony mean? It sounds like a silly question, doesn't it? Generally, I think it's pretty safe to say that harmony is when all the little good things in life come together at once. We tend to associate harmony with the future. We say things like, someday the world and its people will live together in harmony. I can't stand statements like that. Statements like that make me want to scream. Why? Because saying something like that implies that harmony does not exist right now. And how do we know what harmony is if we've never experienced it, if it doesn't exist? I got the opportunity to glimpse harmony a few years ago when my teammates and I from the Colorado Youth Leadership Initiative got the opportunity to travel to Haiti and visit a school in a little town called Petit-Trou-de-Nieppe. There was a little girl in Petit-Trou. She was about 11 or 12 at the time, and her mother cooked every single meal for us while we were there. And I got to bond with this little girl and her mother by speaking French with them. And about the third day into our time in Haiti, this girl dragged me and my Coily sisters out into the courtyard to play a hand-clapping game with about 30 of her friends. Our kids play games like this in the United States. They're very similar. Essentially, the idea is that everybody stands in a circle and a clap gets passed around the circle while everybody sings a song. And once the song is over, if we're playing this in the US, whoever the clap lands on is eliminated from the game, and eventually there's a last man standing. But in Haiti, this game was different. The first round we played, the clap landed on me. Automatically, I kind of went, all right, I'm out, haha. And I stepped out of the circle, and automatically, 3 girls shouted, no, 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 and dragged me back into the circle. This is what harmony is. Harmony is elevating each other with smiles and kind embraces. These things happen. It's okay. You'll get them next time. Harmony has a connotation of getting along, of agreeing with each other, of everyone coexisting, and nobody gets excluded from that. Promoting harmony is promoting peace and love and fellowship and community and inclusion and acceptance among all people. Promoting harmony is identifying needs and fulfilling them. One of the toughest things I've spent my life trying to figure out is how to promote that. Most of us look to the people in our lives who are already promoting harmony by our own definition. Now, I invite you to think about that for a second. Who can we think of as somebody who promotes harmony in our lives and in our world? It doesn't take long to come up with a whole crowd of them, and it's not even celebrities or people on our phone screens, but it's people around us, people we love, people who love us. This was my brainstorm. All these people in my mind are people who demand unity and respect and kindness and happiness and fulfillment and acceptance and love for all of us. Harmony starts in the crowds of community. About a year ago, I reached a pretty conflicting time in my life. I was raised Episcopalian, that's Catholic light. It's the same church, half the guilt, 20% less calories, and twice the alcohol, for those of you who are wondering. Anyway, this was a time in my life where I was questioning my religion and my church. I felt that my calling had moved somewhere else. I kept asking myself these questions and posing these doubts, and I was starting to give up. Shortly after that, a mentor of mine extended an invitation to me, and so I went to a service at St. Paul's in Lakewood. And I was immediately stunned by how this community and the experiences we started to share suddenly gave my faith relevance to me. Why? Because as I kept going to St. Paul's and I started wanting to get more involved, I eventually found out that this church and its community that I had come to love had nobody managing its social media or its website. Think about that for just a second. All these people taking action, reaching out to the community, and making efforts to promote harmony in the world with no one sharing it with the world in the way that seems to be the only way we know how these days. And that's such a huge thing. You could be changing the world with all these groundbreaking things, all these amazing things happening to fulfill the needs of a community, but if no one sees it, then what's the point? Where is it going? So that's what I've been doing for about 7 or 8 months now, building St. Paul's as a welcoming, curious, open-minded community that elevates its attending members, its external community, and the world with everything it can possibly offer. My name is Meg North. I'm 18 years old, and I am the Associate Content Contributor and Media Minister at a church. It sounds a little weird, doesn't it? I am young, and recently I had somebody tell me that I should know better. But that reaction is logical, isn't it? Every day we see news stories about racism and genocide and oppression and discrimination and lies, nasty politics, abuse, neglect, outrage, scandal, all these things committed, created, and perpetuated by people who, just like me, call themselves Christians and claim that they're doing the work of God. In white sheets, in shiny, expensive suits with American flags on the lapels, with signs in hand in a Planned Parenthood parking lot, going into gay bars and mosques with a gun in each hand. You see where I'm going with this. Because of this phenomenon, part of my role in life seems to be to clear up stereotypes about my religion and my community, to stop people from grouping us in with what I know is quite the opposite of the work of God. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't care if that's how you see me, if that's who you group me in with after what I've said so far. I know who I am. I like it. It's good. And I accept that. I have a different idea of what God's work is. I manage Facebook and website content for St. Paul's. My goal, my mission, is to bring the people of St. Paul's closer together as a community and as a family by contributing my talents with digital and graphic design, photography, cybersecurity provision, and technology. I am the distraction who stands up and takes photos in the middle of church. I post about events and holidays on Facebook. I maintain our Facebook calendar. I write blog posts and make videos and share pictures I've taken. I maintain the relevance of the pages and the content on our website. I provide for the security and safety of our digital communication services. All this I do to extend a welcome and to elevate the spirits of our attending members, our external community, and of people who may be looking to find a new community in us. What I've been doing in my time in this job has been to answer that question. What can I bring to the table to send the message that the people of this community, my boss, my coworkers in the office, the people I sit beside in church, the volunteers at the community meal and at our local elementary school, the people who make the bread for communion, the janitor, the choir members, that St. Paul's is promoting harmony in this world, that St. Paul stands for unity and respect and kindness and happiness and fulfillment and acceptance and love for all of us. My work is an ongoing process. I am definitely not done. I don't think I'll ever finish because there's more. There's always more to do. But my job using social media has been to continue to make it very clear that we are a community that understands and accepts and loves everyone, no matter who you are, no matter what intersection of minorities you are, no matter what you are passionate about, no matter who you love or what you love, we understand and accept you and love you. I'm happy to say that this is the message I have successfully sent to 24 brand new regular visitors at St. Paul's, families and individuals alike. I have contributed in my calling to making them feel like a welcome and integral part of our community. Others in the community have expressed their appreciation for finding new ways to elevate other people, to build new relationships, and to be able to go back and look at all the amazing things they've done for each other and for the people around them. My job creates harmony in people's lives, and that's not something that many people get to say. Now, I'm not saying this because I think you should come to church with me, not that my community and I would not welcome you with the same open arms if you wanted to. I don't expect you to convert at my words. That's not why I'm here. I have made it my purpose to promote harmony in the world by building and uniting community and making it easier to offer that to people who need it. We're sitting in this room figuring out ways that we can help to enlighten, excite, and elevate our world. A world that craves harmony and unity, a world that seeks for an outstretched hand to grab onto, a world that is searching for a light in the darkness, a world in constant need. This is a world that we need to change by promoting harmony within it. I have created a contribution, a way for me to promote harmony in the world, luckily by doing something that I love to do. Yes, I've been paid to do it, and yes, I choose to do it in a community, a type of community that most people think isn't promoting harmony in the world, but rather taking it away. But I believe that changing the world and promoting harmony in the world is a grassroots movement and everything that comes with it. And I may not be doing anything extremely radical or groundbreaking. I may as well be a guy in a cubicle compared to the other people speaking to you here today. But to change the world, we have to start small. I'm starting pretty small. My community is pretty small, and that's not a bad thing because there are people who need it. There are so many holes yet to be filled in this world, and we're trying, but we can't fill those holes with every once in a while contributions like marches or blood drives or charity donations, which, while making a substantial impact, seem to give us an excuse to be jerks after fulfilling our minimal obligation to the world. This job is something I do every day. Every day I make an impact on someone's life. Every day I fulfill someone's need for community, for love, and for change. Every day I identify a need and fulfill it. That's what promoting harmony is. So I leave you to figure out how you yourself can promote harmony in this world. How are you going to change the world? Who is your community? What is your grassroots movement? How are you going to demand unity and respect and kindness and happiness and fulfillment and acceptance and love for all of us? Thank you.